Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm sharing with you guys my front porch refresh. I do very minimal decor and flowers on our front porch along with our front landscaping. So let's jump into the video. Okay, so what is a porch refresh video without showing you guys what everything looks like before? So I did not redo or decorate my porch or anything like that since Christmas time. So it's definitely time to do something about this. So I really wanted to clean this up, paint the door, because you can tell that the window and the door are two different colors. They've been like that since I think we picked them up. I don't know if one was just primed or whatnot. Anyways, the first thing I did was just take everything off, and I cleaned everything down, wiped everything down, and I just used a broom, swept everything clean. Our porch is not perfect. There's still so much paint all over, and it was from when I moved in here. I cannot get paint off to save my life, and I have tried absolutely everything. I also used this like cement cleaner. I did not show doing that because it was a hot mess, and it was pretty much like you can't get your hands, you can't touch it with your hands, can't touch it with your feet, can't get it in your eyes. So I was really kind of just working on that, but it did not get this cement super clean whatsoever, but it kind of did get some of the rust off, which was pretty nice. It was by Valspar. I picked up at Dollar Tree, actually. I don't have a view or a picture or anything like that, but it's just regular cement cleaner. And then I just had some white paint, so I just went over this, did about 2 coats, and painted the door along with the window. And so the first project I'll be making is this Welcome Porch Rules sign. I also do want to thank Cricut for sponsoring today's video. I'll be using the Cricut Explore Air 2. This is in the mint color. I think this is such a pretty color. I love it. So the first thing I did was just go into images and design space and picked out this welcome. This was like a pre-made image in the design space. And I just sized it. I kind of measured everything out with the chalkboard I was going to be using. The chalkboard I actually picked up at a yard sale about 2 years ago for $5. And it was in really good shape. So I definitely just wanted to put something nice and fun on here. It is also reversible, so I think I may do something for fall as well. I really do deck my porch out for fall. And then I just did porch rules. This is in the Cricut Sans or Cricut Sans, whatever we want to call that font. And I just cut these both out together. I did end up going back in and attaching. So if you want to attach these so they cut out on the same sheet of vinyl, at the bottom it says attach. Then I pushed make it at the top right hand corner, cut this out, and then I ended up going back into Cricut Design Space as well so I could do this whole little fun saying. I just got on Pinterest and picked out some of the fun favorite things that I liked. This says take a break, sip a drink, have a chat, feel the breeze, tell stories, sit back and relax. I just really liked this. I just made sure I attached everything, and then I wanted it all centered. And this is with the Cricut Sans as well. And then I went back in and then just typed in a line of flowers. I just really wanted something basic. And I found this one, and I just sized it to the size that I wanted it to. I actually ended up making this just a tiny bit smaller than 11 just because it was way wider and way longer than what I needed for my chalkboard because it really wasn't that big. So I just kind of went and sized it. I just kind of move it around with the arrow at the right hand corner and just size it that way. You could definitely do it a different way, but that's just the way I do it. Premium vinyl with Cricut, and I use this for pretty much every single DIY that I did in this video. So I'm just using my Cricut mat. This is the standard grip mat. I just always use this one for my vinyl. This is a nice roll, and I didn't cut this. I just kind of held onto the roll and let the Explore Air 2 do its thing. And then I just started cutting, and I'm just kind of showing you some really basic steps. If you guys want to check out my other Cricut videos, I will leave links in the description box below. I also have a Cricut playlist with some fun beginner DIYs, and it show you step by step on how to do everything. This is also premium vinyl as well. This came in a packet. I will link whatever I can in the description box below, but I really liked this like peach color, this light pink, whatever we want to call it. It's almost peach, but it's kind of pink at the same time. And then if you peel your mat away from your vinyl, it doesn't come out curly. So that is what I did here, and I'm just going to start weeding. And I don't show a ton of weeding because you guys get the whole weeding process, or if you don't, like I said, I will leave all the links to my other videos in the description box. But sometimes it's hard to weed white vinyl just because you really cannot see what I'm doing. So I just want to show you a little bit here. this was super easy. I think I really like the premium vinyl because I don't have an issue weeding. So definitely think that I will stick with my premium vinyl. This is the chalkboard I'm going to be using, and I just laid everything out to make sure it fit on the chalkboard. And like I said, I already kind of measured everything beforehand. I had to move things up just a little bit because I wanted both the flowers in, and then I kind of cut some of the extra sheet off that I was not going to be needing, and just really tried to put this together because I wanted this to be super full, but I also wanted it to look really nice without having like a ton of weird spacing or anything. So this actually turned out really good. I think this has to be one of my favorite projects I have done with a Cricut because it's just, I don't know, it just really made me feel good to do this video. I really wanted to do a porch refresh. I really wanted to just redo my porch. I did keep it very minimal, so you're going to see that I didn't put a ton on here. So some people might like, oh, you could have added so much more. Your porch is so large. But I will tell you right now that I've had this chalkboard up for quite a while, and the wind just blows everything off of our porch and knocks it all down. So this chalkboard has fell at least 6 times in just a couple days. So yeah, it's definitely something I really try to keep minimal because we have so much wind out here, but I just still want it to be pretty, and I want to be able to pull up in my driveway and go, this looks so nice. And you know, I definitely love porches and patios that just make me super happy, even if it is just very minimal, and it's just an easy upkeep. And I definitely, whatever is easy and whatever's easy to clean, I will definitely take it. For this next piece, I'm going to be making these cute little planners. I went into Cricut Design Space, typed in designs, and just kind of scrolled through. I'm just really going with like a basic like black and white theme on my porch with just a little bit of color because it just seems more clean and nice to me, and I think it's just like a really nice like curb appeal as well. I picked up these planners from Dollar General. They were $10 a piece, and they came with stands, which I really liked. They were gold stands, so I did end up spray painting those down the road because I wanted them to be black as well. And I just cut the designs out, and then I just started weeding and then scraping with the transfer tape with Cricut, and then I just put them in the center of each of these pots. This was just a really quick, easy way to DIY an item that is very basic and plain, and I just think that even though I just made 2 quick little designs on the Cricut, that it was just so easy to do and such like a nice fun refresh for these planners. And then, like I said, I just went in with some spray paint to spray paint these. This is a Krylon, I think flat black or matte black. I am not a Krylon person. I am a huge like 100% Rust-Oleum fan, but this is what we had, so I just figured I would use the rest of it. And then I picked up a ton of flowers from our grocery store. They had so many. I picked up so many flowers, and I just used some potting soil that we already had from different pots that were kind of going bad, started to get holes in the bottom and like rotting out. So I just kind of transplanted potting soil to these, and I do this all the time. I'm not a professional planter, so I didn't show a ton of this in the video because I have so many people that will come at me going, you shouldn't do that, you should plant it this way, you should plant it that way. But these flowers. I'm not sure what they're called, but they are for the shade. So that's why I definitely chose shaded ones where I could put them on the porch without having to move them constantly to get sun, because I am terrible at doing things like that. Ask anybody. I had Presley help me out along the way with the shovel, and she helped me add some dirt into these pots as well. This next one, of course, we had to make some sort of wreath for the front porch. So I just went into Cricut Design Space, typed in home, changed my mind, and then typed in home sweet home. And I just love the pre-made decals because, one, I'm not like a professional decal maker. I don't really make a ton on my own. And they have some really great stuff on here. So I did choose this home sweet home, sized it to how I wanted, and then I cut it. You just push make it at the top right hand corner, continue, make sure your machine is hooked up. Here we go. This like black shiplap sign, this came from Walmart. It was $4.97, which I thought was an amazing deal for like just a solid piece of wood where you put whatever you want on it. I thought that was really great. I loved this. And then I did pick this home sweet home. You're going to see I did not put this directly in the center, and that was the way I wanted it because I knew I was going to add some greenery and some florals along the edges and just kind of make it my own. So it was definitely one of those things where I was like, I cannot believe I'm putting words on like not the center, on a more a little towards right hand side. But like I said, I definitely knew what I was doing, and I knew that I did need some extra space for the greenery. And so yeah, that's what I did here. Right here, I'm just adding some eucalyptus from Walmart, $2 a bundle, super inexpensive. I definitely love the greenery that they have there. And then I had some Queen Anne's lace from Dollar Tree I'll be using, along with a peony from a Dollar Tree as well. And I just put that right in the center, but I just kind of played around with this, figured out how I wanted it, and then I just hot glued it down. I did make sure I added like some extra hot glue to the leaves because, like I said, our porch is super windy, so it definitely needs like a little bit extra help when it comes to that. And yeah, you can just play around and see what you like. And I think this turned out really good for just a couple bucks. I mean, like $5 for this shiplap sign anyways, I thought was a really great deal. And like I said, you can customize it however you want. That's why I love having a Cricut, because I can customize things however I want. Hey guys, this is not going on my porch, but it is going near my porch. Tell me how excited you are to see how I made this. 3 of these crates from Michael's. They were $9.99. I wasn't able to use a coupon. It does not work with these crates. I had my husband cut one of these right in half, and then for one of the crates, I just stained it. This is a dark walnut by Rust-Oleum? I don't know. I've used this in so many videos. I'm actually almost out of this stain. I told everybody that I was not going to stain or use any other kind of stain until this one was gone. And I just used a rag, and then when your hands get all stained up and nasty, you just use some vegetable oil, olive oil, whatever you have on hand, and it comes right off like nothing. I'm spraying these down one more time, but I want to show you guys, we just used some particle board we had to make these wheels. I had my husband cut some circles for me, and I just had like a lid from a jar I used, and he cut them out for me, like I said, with particle board. Nothing super special, and it was technically free because we've already used it, and I make him save every little piece of wood we possibly have because you never know. For the other crate and the crate that was cut in half, I'm only going to be using half of the crate, spray painting them white. This is just a flat, I think this is actually semi-gloss white spray paint. Spray paint is just the way to go when you're using crates because it just takes forever to paint a crate. I was so excited to recreate this. If you guys have not watched any of my crate videos I have done, I will link it below. I made a small truck crate DIY using Dollar Tree crates, and I wanted to recreate it and make a large one for our front yard for some landscaping. And like I said, this is kind of a minimal landscaping as well. We don't have a ton of stuff, just a lot of hostas and some lilies, but I just really wanted a large truck planter. I'm so excited I made this. Like, you guys have no idea. So you guys loved my small little crate video with the truck. You guys will definitely love this. I used a wood glue for this, Gorilla Glue. You definitely need that. And I did secure everything. I let stuff sit for a day or so. I know it doesn't take that long, but I really just wanted to make sure this was not going to fall apart. And then I just started adding the wheels onto each side, and I did add some books and heavy items just to hold this down as well, because like I said, I did not want this falling apart. I really took my time on this. This did not honestly take me that long, under a few hours to do total, not counting the time that it took to dry. So I decided that this was going to be a truck planter. So it definitely needs a sign for the back, because what truck does not need a sign for the back? So I typed in fresh flower market, and this is what came up, and I loved this one, and I just sized it to a chalkboard I have already had, or I've had for quite a while now. It's from Arteza. They have some really great crafting paints and products like that. So I will link the chalkboards if I can find them in the description box below for you guys. But it was like the perfect size. It was, I think, 8.5 by 11, something very similar to that size. And I just put the decal right to the center of this chalkboard. And then I just had a wood stake from Dollar General. I just glued this chalkboard on and added some flowers in a pot to the back of this truck. And that was it. But you guys have no idea how happy this truck actually makes me. I love the way it turned out. Like, some of the paint kind of came off, some of it kind of wore off, but I love it because it's not perfect, and nobody is going to get perfect out of anything, especially when we leave it outside anyways. But I had a ton of flowers. These are shaded flowers, or shade flowers. A really cool like tin bucket was from the not Dollar Tree, I want to say Dollar Tree. It was from a yard sale for 10 cents for that bucket. Fresh flower market sign. This is just absolutely adorable. I did have to shove that sign down because it kept blowing away. But anyways, that was that for the truck. Super exciting. All right, so on to the next DIY. This is a super easy one. I wanted a saying that said, stay a while. I had this black chair in my garage for a while, and I'm just going to be using a lot of different fonts. These fonts I actually downloaded through my Silhouette Studio, and I want to say that my MacBook just kind of combines everything together. So if you guys are looking at some of these fonts, you can always go to defont.com and get like some free fonts as well. But I loved the stay a while saying. I think it's just such a cute little saying, and I wanted it to add to the black chair. I just spray painted it black. Like I said, I was really going for a black and white theme on my porch with a little bit of color. And I'm just going to be putting stay a while on the bottom because I wanted to add a planter or a lantern or something along the top of this, but I still wanted this to show. A little bit of the paint did come off, but I am 100% okay with a little bit chippy here and there. And if I want it all to match later down the road, I can just take my sander, sand the edges down, and no big deal. All right, you guys, so the DIYs are done. Now we're going to decorate the porch. I picked up this, what is this called? A mat, floor mat, shoe mat, doormat. Yep, that's it. At Dollar General, it was $8. Super cute. I loved it. And then we are going to bring in my chalkboard sign. I did kind of move things around a tiny bit as I was adding, but like I said, I kept this very minimal. And yes, I have a huge long porch, but I kind of just decorate the center of it and call it a day. Presley helped me hang up the wreath, and then I'm just going to be adding my planters to each side, and I just love the way these turned out. I love this black and white. I love the purple flowers. I love that there's a little bit of pink. I love color so much, but I also just really love the bare minimum color like black and white. Those are my favorite colors if you really want to go there with me. Just adding the chair and this lantern. I love this lantern. I've had this forever. I think it was from Tractor Supply like 5 or 6 years ago, but still love it, still use it, and it still works. So, you know, you got to keep what is not broken, right? you guys, that's it for my video. I hope you enjoyed my quick little porch refresh. I'd say it was quick, but this actually took me forever to do. And if you like this video, if you guys like outdoor videos, give it a thumbs up. I am super happy with how this turned out. I hope you guys want to get outside and make your own wreath or your own little crate truck or planters, or grab stuff you have in your house and redo it and throw it on your porch. It will work. It doesn't matter. Like, it will all work. And I love anything free or that I already have laying around the house that I haven't been using. Yeah, anyways, if you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, I would love if you consider sticking around and subscribing. Also, thank you again to Cricut for sponsoring today's video. That's it, you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!